What is going on, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? This is the Royal Elk, and I'm here bringing you guys a gameplay from one of my best buddies in real life. His name is Joshua, and his Xbox Live name is X Rookie. And today we are playing Kill Confirmed on Dome, and I believe he is using the PP90 with rapid fire and possibly kick. I'm not too sure if it's kick or focus. I couldn't tell by the gameplay, but it's whatever. But today, what I want to talk to you guys today about is something a little bit more serious, a little bit more deep into my personal life, per se, and it has a lot to do with actually Joshua himself, and one of my other buddies, who is called Skylar, and his Xbox Live name is Xpenlove, and what these two guys mean to me is the world, to be honest with you guys. I have been through a lot of stuff, and I've seen a lot of things, and not to say that I'm different, not to say that I haven't seen a lot of things, not to say that my troubles are the deepest and the perilous and deserve recognition over average Joe's problems, but my issues are more loneliness in what I'm talking about today. Basically, I met Skylar when I was a sophomore in high school, and we played poker at my buddy's house, and we became friends. Played some Xbox, back in the Halo 2 days, I believe it was. But then through Skylar, I met Joshua after I moved to Nebraska, and I was visiting Skylar on a summer holiday. And that's when I met Josh. And he had an Xbox and Skylar an Xbox, and we just played Xbox during the whole summer. It was awesome, climbing the mountains. That's another commentary for another day. But what these two have done for me is I can't thank them or begin to tell you what they have done for me. These two have stood by me, supported me, and I've just been there, as friends, I don't, basically what happened is my going into my junior year, I decided to move back to Nebraska to live with my dad and finish out high school. Nothing was wrong, with my mom or anything. She was a fantastic woman. My mom, well, she still is, I'm speaking in the past tense about her, sorry. But, she's a fantastic woman. She did a great job raising me, if I do say so myself. But when I moved back to Nebraska, particularly Skylar was the only one who kept in contact with me with all my other friends. I had 8 friends out in Utah, close friends, I hung out with on a weekly basis at school, after school, whatever. And Skylar was the only one who talked to me. Everybody else thought I was a traitor, who I left them and all that. And it was so hard coming to Nebraska. I came from a class of 600 to a class of 13, and I didn't know anybody. I was in a small town. Everybody had their own friends, The first time I actually had interaction with my classmates was at weightlifting, and before I moved to Nebraska, all I did was play video games. That was my life. I'd go to school, and I'd come home, and I'd jump on Xbox, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, just the original Modern Warfare, Halo 2, or Halo 3. This is all I did, guys. I played Xbox, and some people are like, oh my god, you're such a nerd, you played Xbox your whole freaking life, And the truth is, that's how I communicated. I mean, I had my outside real-life friends who I, hung out with. Excuse me. Who I hung out with on the weekends. But, during the weekdays and, even sometimes on the weekends, I would play Xbox. I had a family on Xbox. I had friends who I was excited to go see, or not go see, but play these games with. And then I moved to Nebraska, no internet connection. I'm a very social person, but I had to readjust to this life. It was a culture shock, and I was so lonely. And I called Skylar, and I must have called him a couple times crying. You know, I miss the hell out of him. And then I came back to Utah one summer and met Josh. And then ever since then, Josh and I have been friends. And I remember a couple months ago, I was going through a particularly hard time. And, well, maybe 4 or 5 months ago, actually. But I was going through a hard time before I started YouTube, before all this. And basically, Josh and Skylar, both of them, no matter what time of night I called them, they would always take my calls. And, you know, I hate to get choked up on YouTube, but, you know, it's friends like that that really mean the world to a guy. You know, I'm crying right now because I'm just so happy. Like, having people like that, like, right now, like, you know, I'm at a hard spot in my life right now, too, and, you know, I'm working through it, and I'm doing pretty good, I have to say, you know. But it's always nice to jump on Xbox Live and, you know, talk to Josh and Skylar and play games with them and stuff like that. It almost feels like I'm back there, you know, hanging out with them. And excuse me, I need to quit crying and fucking do the I need to do the commentary. God damn it, Coy, man up. Oh, what's life without laughing at yourself, you know? But anyway, it's just nice to be able to feel like when I'm, like, I remember, like, I have Facebook and I talk to them on Facebook, and they update, like, they're going to do stuff with their other friends, like go out in the mountains and go camping and stuff like that. I mean, that's our thing. That's what we do. We go out and camp and have a good time up in the mountains. I miss my mountains. And it's hard seeing those Facebook updates of them doing stuff, and I'm here in Nebraska. But it's so nice to get online with Josh and Skylar and just play some games and talk, you know? I mean, I don't know where I'd be without those guys. I honestly don't. I just can't thank them enough. Like, I don't know if they know it. Well, I think they do. They know that I love them, and I cannot thank them enough for being my friend, because it's I don't know where I'm going with this. I just kind of I kind of got in a little emotional state there, and I lost my commentary. But, you know, if I could say one thing to you guys, is one thing that I could, one thing out of this YouTube thing. Like, I know I'm not getting a lot of views. I know a lot of people don't watch my stuff, and I don't give a shit if you don't like it or you don't watch it. I don't care how many people watch my stuff. I'm going to keep making stuff. But, one sec. I'm going to fucking blow my nose. One sec. Alright, sorry about that. Commentating skills suck tonight. But if there's one thing I can tell you guys, is to value your friendships, because it is once in a lifetime. And honestly, I don't know what I would have done if Skylar and Josh haven't taken my late night phone calls when I'm at my lowest point, when I feel like I've failed, when there's nobody here for me. It's always nice when they take those calls and they just listen and say, you know what, Coy? Everything's going to be alright, you know? Heck, we're going to see each other this summer, you know? You know, encouraging stuff like that. Like, you know, you're going to make it through it. And it's irreplaceable, man. It's just irreplaceable. And I just can't say enough to him. I can't say how much I appreciate it and how much I love him. Thank you guys so much for being there for me. I hope you guys enjoy the commentary. I cried through it all, but they're happy tears, guys. They're happy tears. Have a good day, guys.